distinguished platform guests, colleagues, and members of the American Public Health Association, it is my privilege to present the 1997 Sedgwick Memorial Medalist and the recipient of the Award for Excellence. The Sedgwick Memorial Medal has been awarded by the American Public Health Association since 1929 for distinguished service in advancing public health knowledge and practice. The award was established in honor of the late William Thompson Sedgwick, who was president of the APHA in 1915 and head of the Department of Biology and Public Health at the Massachusetts Institute of Technology from 1883 to 1921. As one of the highest honors bestowed by APHA, the Sedgwick Memorial Medal is a true accolade of our profession. The recognition by an individual's colleagues of outstanding accomplishments in the field of public health. Recipients are selected by the APHA Awards Committee. At this time, it is my pleasant duty and great honor to present the Sedgwick Memorial Medal to Dr. Victor W. Sidel. Dr. Sidel, who holds an MD degree rather than the PhD degree noted in the program book, is a pioneer in the field of community medicine and a longtime leader in international public health. His commitment to APHA includes service as its president in 1984-85, as well as membership on numerous committees, the Governing Council, and the Executive Board. Dr. Sidel is a graduate of Princeton University and Harvard Medical School. After completing training in internal medicine and in biophysics at Harvard and at the National Heart Institute, he became a faculty member at Harvard and served as consulting physician in medicine for the Family Health Care Program at Boston Children's Hospital. From 1965 to 1969, he headed the Community Medicine Unit at Massachusetts General Hospital and was a member of the faculty in medicine and in preventive medicine at Harvard. From 1969 to 1984, Dr. Sidel was chair of the Department of Social Medicine at Montefiore Medical Center and professor of community health at Albert Einstein College of Medicine. In 1984, he was appointed Distinguished University Professor of Social Medicine at Einstein Montefiore. His work has been concerned with service, teaching, and research in community health. Many of the programs which he and his colleagues developed, including the Community Health Participation Program and the Program on Legal and Ethical Issues in Medicine, have been emulated elsewhere. Dr. Sidel has served as president of the Public Health Association of New York City, as a member of the New York State Public Health Council, and he chaired the Technical Advisory Committee, Community Childhood Hunger Identification Project. While Dr. Sidel's work reveals a special interest in the organization of medical care in the United States, he has also been deeply involved in international health efforts. In 1971, he and his wife, Ruth, professor of sociology at Hunter College of City University of New York, were members of the first medical delegation invited to the People's Republic of China in 20 years. They have returned frequently for study visits and have authored several books and articles on healthcare in China. Dr. Sidel has studied healthcare in a dozen other countries and has been a consultant for the World Health Organization and the United Nations Children's Fund. Dr. Sidel, one of the founders of Physicians for Social Responsibility in 1961, was its president in 1987-88. He is currently co-president of the International Physicians for the Prevention of Nuclear War, the organization that received the 1985 Nobel Prize for Peace. He has published widely on the economic, social, environmental, and health consequences of the arms race and on the risks posed by the proliferation of nuclear, chemical, and biological weapons. Dr. Sidel has been willing to commit nonviolent civil disobedience to support his beliefs, and counts among his accomplishments his 2 arrests. The first at the Nevada nuclear test site to protest continued nuclear testing, and the second in front of the South African Embassy in Washington to protest apartheid. During his distinguished career, Dr. Sidel has received numerous honors, including APHA's Award for Excellence in 1987. The American Public Health Association is proud and delighted to celebrate Dr. Victor W. Sidel's accomplishments and to recognize his continuing contributions to public health by awarding him the 1997 Sedgwick Memorial Medal. Dr. Sidel.
Thank you very much, Dr. Randolph, and to the awards committee. The Sedgwick Award is a great honor, and I am very deeply grateful to APHA for it. It has been a very deep privilege over the years to work closely with colleagues in this very great organization. But organizations often use awards to send messages. This year's Sedgwick Award, as I view it, is less about individual effort and more joint effort. To be successful, work for the health of a community must be a community-based effort. To be successful, work for social justice must be a society-wide effort. To be successful, work for peace must be an effort that brings people together who share a passionate desire for peace. I view this year's Sedgwick Award, therefore, as a call for united action by all of us. With repeated warnings that public health services are in danger, it is a call for strengthening health services in every community in the United States and indeed in every community in the world. With major reductions in U.S. development aid to poor nations, it is a call for increased efforts by the United States to provide the opportunity for decent lives for the over 1 billion people in this world who live in absolute poverty. With over 40 million people in our nation totally uninsured against medical care costs, millions more grossly underinsured, and millions more facing barriers based on race, class, or gender, it is a call for universal access to high-quality health care services that are not profit-driven. With the repeal of the historic safety net provisions of the 1930s, it is a call for a return to the principle that no one can be secure if the community is not assure the health and the well-being of everyone. With continued environmental degradation caused in large measure by the actions or the failure to act of the United States and other industrialized nations, it is a call for major steps to reduce pollution, steps that both preserve the planet and promote full employment. With the United States spending more annually for military purposes than the next 10 nations combined and refusing to alter its military policies, it is a call for our nation to end the provocative expansion of NATO, the nation to end its continued development of nuclear weapons, and for the nation to end its opposition to the treaty that will end the threat of civilian murdering landmines. These are goals not easily realized, but with united effort, they can be achieved. This will require the continued work of APHA and of the many organizations with which it works. It is APHA, and particularly its current leadership, that should be honored for active support of the efforts of those who work collegially and passionately for justice, peace, and health. I thank you for this great honor.